So nice of you to finally join me. I'm so happy to have you, my brother, man. How you been though? How you been? It's been a long time, man.
Hmm.
That's how you been. You heard it here. He's been and this is all the gaming smoke five. All right, today's topics, we only got a few topics, but they're huge topics. First up, we got Microsoft snagging up Bethesda. They hungry. They gobbling up motherfucking gaming
It's
studios.
about
So
time.
Microsoft, say that again, sir. Hello, hello.
Yeah, I said it's about time.
Oh yeah. So
About
Microsoft,
time
they getting
Microsoft do
real serious.
something.
You're right. It is about time Microsoft got serious about making some goddamn first party content. So they gobble up Bethesda, bringing their total studios to about 23 in-house studios, which sends wonderful things for Game Pass and gaming and by and large. All right. Then we got Nintendo. They doing some shady shit for Mario on his 35th. And is there really going to be a Switch Pro coming next year? We'll discuss that, digest the rumors and news. All right. Then after that, we're going to cover that PlayStation 5 showcase because we finally have price points. We finally have a launch day. We are finally in the thick of next gen. And then to close it all out, we're going to discuss how PlayStation compares to Microsoft and who's doing it better. This and so much more. All here on All the Gamers Smoke Fire. With that being said, though, I'm the one and only Dead Aim. Iceman, tell the people who you are.
Yeah, it's your boy Dead Eyes here. So, with all the
Fantastic.
gaming smoke, let's get to it.
All right. So, like I said, man, just yesterday, Microsoft announced to the world that for $7.5 billion, that is correct, with a B,
Big
$7.5 billion,
money.
dollars, they have gobbled up Bethesda Studios. And not just Bethesda Softworks, Bethesda Studios, they gobbled up the entire ZeniMax conglomerate. It's all theirs.
Coming with the big guns.
Yes, that puts Microsoft as the sole proprietors of games such as the Dishonored franchise, the Wolfenstein franchise, the Elder
Yep.
Scrolls franchise, the Fallout franchise, the Doom
Big
franchise, the upcoming
franchises.
Starfield franchise, the Evil Within franchise, and Prey. Woo! That is a lot. Microsoft and hungry hippos. Iceman, tell them what you think about that.
Man, that's a big move. Microsoft it ain't playing no more. Microsoft ain't coming out with their little guns no more. Coming out with a rocket launcher. You understand? The
Mm.
357, 45. Microsoft doing their thing now. It's about time. Sony been coming out with them big studios, them big heavy hitters. It's about time Microsoft do something. So yeah, I'm actually excited to see what they do with this now. So
But okay, so do you think this is a good thing or a bad thing for the industry?
hell yeah, this is a good thing. I give you a stone cold. Oh hell yeah, that's a good thing. So
Okay. You want to elaborate on that at all? Talk about why you think it's a good thing because I do agree with you that it is a good thing. But why do you think it's a good thing?
I mean, with all of the big games you just mentioned, you understand? I mean, you have to think like, what are they gonna do with those games? And if correct me if I make a mistake with this, aren't they going to be only Xbox exclusives?
Are they going to be Xbox exclusives?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Well, that's the thing right now. We actually don't know because Microsoft hasn't even given us a definitive answer about that. Phil Spencer has been vague, and he said the commitments that these studios already have to PS5 and other platforms, if any, they're going to uphold those commitments. But everything after that is a case by case and platform by platform basis. And we've seen that even with them having ownership of Minecraft, that's continued to be on every dang console ever built known to man. Hold on, let me just shut that up because that shit is lagging. Um, So we have Minecraft on everything, including PlayStation, Nintendo. Nintendo just picked up Ori, the sequel to Ori, and the Will of the Wisp, I believe it's called. So they just got that. So that shows you Microsoft is still in the continued business of third-party publishing, in addition to having first-party content. Do I believe we'll ever see a game like a Halo on Nintendo or Sony platform? Hell no. But by that same token, do I think Microsoft is then gonna take, like, I don't know, Skyrim and make it exclusive to their platforms only? No, Skyrim's been released on every single thing. Do I think all the Elder Scrolls coming down the line are gonna be on every platform? Yeah. Maybe something new that hasn't come out yet, like Starfield, maybe that might be exclusive, or maybe you'll see like Microsoft try to do like some type of crossover content with the Bethesda franchises, and there's maybe a Doom Halo crossover style thing. You might see some things along those lines, but I think Microsoft is just in the business of giving gamers more places to play and just more content overall, man. And I don't
Because
think
I just
all
want
of
to
it.
say something. I just
Yeah,
want to say something.
of course.
I think Microsoft weakness is that they just didn't have any exclusive. They didn't have too many games that were exclusive to them. Whereas Sony had a lot of games that was only exclusive to Sony. So Sony keep most of the crowd because like all the heavy hitters. Like the only game I see that I saw that Microsoft hold on to that was a good game was like Devil May Cry and stuff like that. Microsoft had that too as well.
Well,
But
you know, actually, it's quite the opposite at the start of the last generation, because Microsoft kind of came into the generation with a few exclusives of their own. With Sunset Overdrive and Rise being a few of those new exclusives that they managed to maintain even to this day. And Sony was the one that was criticized a lot for not having any exclusive content, because none of their first party games were really ready for launch of PS4. So it wasn't until year 2 and 3 of the PS4 that we really started to see Sony's first party content roll out. So I still think with Microsoft, it's clear that they're not gonna have heavy first party showing at launch. They're gonna take some time to ramp up into all these games that are gonna be coming from those purchases. I think they have one first party game at launch, Medium, and that was by one of the studios that they recently purchased. I think that's the only one. Everything else is third party. Whereas Sony, I believe, has two or three of them. They may not be like super exciting, or making anybody feel like, oh, I have to. They may not be showstoppers, but yeah, Sony does have a few exclusives at launch this time. So yeah, but yeah, I mean, Microsoft, even though they launched with that type of exclusive content, they were unable to maintain that, and the ones they did have was very, very lackluster in quality, and that. So you're partly correct about that. This generation has been so fucking painful for Microsoft, because their first party content just has not been it. Like, even their heavy hitters have all missed. Both Halo games missed. Gears 5 missed. I think Gears 4 is on this platform as well too, and that missed. Like, they're not the Gears games aren't bad games, but they just weren't the games that you were expecting them to be after Gears 1, 2, and 3. You know what I mean? Like, you weren't expecting 4 to kind of be this. I don't know. And same ways with Halo 4. I don't know. They just this generation's life cycle. They just missed on almost every single thing they did first party
I
content.
I just think with the gears, like it didn't really change up too much. It was just like more gears. It's like, okay, you played one, you played two, you played three. This is just four gears. It didn't add. They didn't add like. I mean, the last gear we played, we can't. It was a little bit different.
Right.
It was
5
a
was a
little.
little different. What
It was a little
upgrading
bit
Jack
different.
and
I can.
things like that. That was cool,
Yeah,
but
that
it
was
didn't go
cool.
too far. You're
It
right.
ain't. It ain't. Yeah, they should have pushed it a little bit more and gave a little bit more. But I don't know, like the next gen console when they bring out another Gears of War, let's see what they do now. Because with more pushing power and stuff, they can do a lot more. So
Right.
Let's see what they do. But like I said, like Gears 4 wasn't that much different from 1, 2, and 3. I
It
mean,
wasn't. It wasn't.
Gear 5 came out, and it's like, okay. And then the storyline going through storyline. I don't know. The storyline ain't too much get, you know.
Oh yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. You're not alone there, bro. That storyline is not getting me. Like, I think that was part of the fall off of Gears. Like, they tried to introduce these new characters. Well, they did introduce these new characters, and these new characters just don't hold the weight. They don't hold top billing like the original cast did, man. And it's just kind of been a whole hum experience going through the story. Even with five, like it took me months to finish five because I just was so uninterested in going back to play it.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. But like I said, then I'm going to be excited and actually, you know, hyped up to see what Microsoft does. Probably 2 years from now, because like you said, it's going to take them some time to actually push out their heavy hitters, their only exclusives, I should say, their exclusives.
Right.
So for now, we'll just kind of give them some chance. We can't just knock down Microsoft and say, "Ah, Xbox ain't nothing, this and that." It might surprise us 2 years from now.
Hey, I hope so. I hope so. I really hope they what they've done with these first party studios starts bringing in a wealth of great gaming content that starts to revolutionize the way we play games today. I would love that because then that forces Sony to step their game up as well. Competition is good, man. It's healthy. So the better Microsoft does, the better we'll do as consumers, man. So I'm all for that. I'm all for that. But again, this is a huge purchase for $7.5 billion. They picked up one of the most lucrative gaming studios out there, and with them now being able to put their budgets behind these studios, hopefully that could eliminate a lot of the bugs that used to come with these Bethesda games like Fallout and Elder Scrolls. A lot of those bugs hopefully can go away with some of that budget help from Microsoft, man. So that's just absolutely huge. And as far as changing the scope of the gaming landscape, I don't think it does that too much. I think the majority of these franchises will remain on PlayStation, PS5 as well, um, because Microsoft just it. I know it doesn't seem like the smartest business move, but Microsoft just seems hell bent on being a consumer friendly gaming company, and I love that, dude. I absolutely love that, and Game Pass is amazing, and all of these games are gonna be on Game Pass, and uh, uh, as far as I can tell, it's been a winning situation for developers putting their games on Game Pass. So, I mean, to have all of these franchises, I mean, we own pretty much the bulk of these, but to have all these franchises on Game Pass, man, Dishonored franchise, Wolfenstein, Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Doom, Starfield when it drops, Evil Within, Prey, like all that stuff, man, on Game Pass, you don't have to spend a dime. Like that is such a great proposition for so many people, and I don't think it's really understood enough just what Microsoft is doing for the gamer. Like you can literally purchase an Xbox Series X, um, Series S. Hell, even a 1S you can purchase right now if you don't care about the generational gap. You know what I mean? You can purchase that and never buy a game, my guy. Only be on subscribe to Game Pass and play hundreds of games on any device you want. Well, almost any device. I don't think they're on TVs and they're not on Apple devices and stuff like that, but you get my drift. Like
Yeah,
that is phenomenal, and that is leagues apart from what Sony is doing. And that's not to criticize Sony adversely, but it is not in the same scope. And I love what Sony does and their games that come out of their studios as well. But in terms of giving back to the consumer, this is bar none the king of it. This is the champ. Microsoft is doing it. So I just think this makes huge waves for the Microsoft consumer, the Microsoft primary consumer, the person that only has the money to buy one console. You know what I mean? That person who is trying to decide, should it be Xbox, should it be PlayStation this generation. If you like them both, and it's just a financial situation, I don't see why you wouldn't choose Microsoft. I don't understand why. They have the cheapest next gen system. They have a no pay, no down payment purchase system program with all access, and they have the premier gaming service on the planet. I mean, well, Steam users will disagree, but I don't really do PC stuff. So console gaming service on the planet. Like I don't know how you can't I don't know how you don't justify that value over anything Sony has to offer. You know, and again, that's not to say what they're offering is less. I mean, well, it is less, but it's not to say that it's not of a low quality. I mean, it's not, but it's just not the palette of options that Microsoft is offering the gamer. It's just bar none leagues away the best in the business right now. So, but yeah, man, that was the huge news coming out of yesterday. That was what Microsoft decided to drop on the gaming world. Rumors are, and this is kind of crazy, but the rumors are that Microsoft is about to purchase Sega or have already done so and have not revealed it. Now, I believe
Wow,
from Sega
big
or
news.
Microsoft has come out and said that is not true, or there's no news about acquisitions to announce at the Tokyo Game Show. I believe that's what I heard, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll see. But Sonic's 30th is coming up, man, and we'll see how it goes. We will see how it goes because Microsoft has been on a purchasing spree. They've been on a bonanza of just buying up studios, and they're just doing it with wanton disregard for anyone else. Like, because they're not even doing it maliciously. It's not like they're buying up all these studios and saying, now you got to buy our console to play all these games. Some of these games they're letting rock on other platforms too. Like, yeah, what's up? We'll just take third party publisher money too. And we still got our own platform that if you want to come and play our games, that's the best place to play them. And you can play our shit on the PC too. What's up? Oh, you want to play that on your phone? Yeah, what's up? You can do that too. You can't beat that proposition, man.
No,
So,
you really can't. Really can't beat that.
nah,
So
nah.
if everything you're saying is true, then hey,
Yeah, man, it's
man,
fucking,
yeah,
it's
this is
great.
crazy. It's
It's
crazy.
like I try to find the faults in it. I don't know. I don't
Hey,
know
there
what.
is no faults in it. That's why you can't find it.
Maybe more games. Maybe all games aren't there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Maybe
something like
that
that.
the
But
games sometimes have to rotate out of cycle, like off of Game Pass. So like those are some negatives, but
mhm.
it's legit, man. It's legit. So yeah, that was yesterday's bombshell news, and that's about all I got to say on that, man. I see you, Microsoft. I see what y'all doing. Loving it, loving it. Keep it up, keep it up. Hope it manifests into great things for y'all next generation because whew, that's good things for us as gamers. All right. With that being said, man, if you don't have any, do you have anything else on that topic? Anything
No,
else you can
I
add?
think you nailed. I think you nailed it perfectly. Was well
Uh,
executed, so we can move on. So, what is our next topic, though?
all right. Well, the next topic is Nintendo, man. I want to get into some Nintendo news because listen, I know we don't really focus on Nintendo too much as we've gotten older. We've kind of aged out a little bit on Nintendo, right? Just a little bit. But Nintendo did my man Mario dirty for his 35th, bro. This is Mario's 35th anniversary, and Nintendo gives my man's this bum ass 3D All Stars collection with Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and Mario Galaxy. All games that I love, mind you. But these bum asses reportedly did the work on these games in 6 months' time, and it's done on an emulator. So that's some
Uh,
shit you can get on the PC and do yourself. You can download an emulator and run these games on your motherfucking PC yourself. That's some shit they packaging and releasing to the consumer for a full $60. And
wow.
on top of that, they're only releasing it for 6 months. So you have until their fiscal year ends March 31st, 2021 to make your purchase, or you are SOL. And that is shady as shit. Nintendo, you wrong for that, man. Iceman, let me hear some Nintendo hate from you, please. I know you got some Nintendo hate stored in you, my brother.
Yeah, man. Nintendo, I don't know, man. Nintendo's been disappointing to me, from times. Like, I mean, I get it, right? They don't have to push as hard as Xbox or Sony because they're in, they're in their own wall. You understand? Nintendo, they have this kind of ego thing. There's like, we'll never fall. We got Mario. You understand? Like,
Mm.
it, I just feel, tell me if I'm wrong. I just feel like they don't push and struggle as much as the Sony or the Xbox to bring out a game or bring out what you call it, exclusive or anything. They just got
Right.
Mario that they could just fall on. Like if they feel I feel this is how it goes. Oh well, our funds is low. Hey, let's bring out another Mario Kart, or let's bring out another let's br- let's bring out another Legend of Zelda. You know, so like they've always right and their games are exclusive for themselves, so they've always survived on that. But then to me, I just feel they never like how is what I'm trying to push? They never evolved enough for me. Like don't get me wrong, the Nintendo Switch, right?
Mm.
Well, I just recently got into the Nintendo Switch, right?
Mm.
And because for a while,
Wait, you
yes,
kind of went out a little bit. What'd you say?
the Nintendo Switch.
What about it?
No, I was saying that it's the only thing what got me back into Nintendo, like I said, I was kind of disappointed in them. But what got me back into them is the Nintendo Switch. Because to me, right, the Nintendo Wii, I wasn't really too much for that. The Nintendo GameCube, I love the
That
GameCube.
was my
And then
jam, boy. Whew.
mm,
That
the
Wavebird,
Nintendo,
greatest controller
yeah,
ever.
yep. The Nintendo GameCube, they had me there. I mean, that was one of the strongest graphics pushing system in that generation. When the PlayStation and the Xbox, the PlayStation, was it the
Yeah, that was the
PlayStation?
last generation they actually competed graphically.
Yeah, actually competed graphically. Now they just rely on you know, their games. They're
Yeah, you're right.
exclusive, man.
Yeah, there is something to that. Like, as good as these Mario games are when they release, they never seem like they have that big budget production behind it. Like, say, an Uncharted game or a God of War. It never seems like it's such an event. It's such a big thing. I,
Yeah,
I
I
I
mean, like,
agree with you on that, man. They have cheapened their franchises a bit because they haven't evolved it thoroughly. It just kind of hangs around and it's still good. They're still great. They still have great gaming mechanics. They're so good at nailing the mechanics every single time that even though they're only making incremental changes, you can't really complain because it's still a great game. You can, but you can't.
yeah. So I mean, it's kind of hard to kill Nintendo because then what happens is that see, like people before us, so for example, we grew up as young kids, growing up playing Nintendo. You understand? So now when we make kids, or our generation make kids, we're going to introduce them to Nintendo. You understand? And then when our kids make kids, they're still going to introduce them to Nintendo. So it's like a never-ending process. So it's like everybody loves Mario. I haven't found anybody that hates Mario though. Could you find somebody that hates Mario? People may say stuff about the Nintendo. Oh, it's not. It don't have enough graphics. It's not. It's too kiddie. But I've never really heard somebody say, "I hate Super Mario."
Yeah.
No, you might
You
hear
got
somebody
some
says,
problems if you run around this motherfucker talking about hating Mario.
no, you might get in some trouble. You sit around the wrong people and not
Well,
Mario himself.
I don't think anybody is there caping for Mario like that. I'm just saying you as an individual might have some problems if you hate Mario. I can understand you not liking Mario, it not being games for you, but to actually have hate for Mario, that's something else.
But that's the thing though, like, I mean, it could happen, but the people in my circle, everybody loves Mario.
Right.
Everybody loves Mario. Even if they have a PlayStation or an Xbox, they still say, man, Mario, for some reason playing Mario. Mario
Right.
is a thing. You understand? I mean, the reason why they don't own a Switch is because they kind of fall. Everybody's like, it's too. It doesn't want to advance. Like, for example, like the graphics. Like, come on, like Nintendo, come on. You've proven with the GameCube you could step it up a notch. Like, step up the graphics a notch too. Show them that, like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, we're not. I'm not following you guys, but if I want to follow here, here's an example. There's something like, though, it's okay to hold a kiddie thing, but every now and again, mix it up. Show them
Mhm.
that you could push power as well too.
Well,
But
I mean, that's what their studio that's working on Bayonetta 3, their Platinum Games studio, their second party studio working on that. That's what they're supposed to do, as well as Retro Studios, whatever they're doing with Metroid, that's supposed to be their quote unquote mature segment or showing. So we'll see how that
question.
goes, man.
Question.
What up?
So Bayonetta 2 was for the Nintendo, right?
Bayonetta 2 is exclusive to Nintendo, yes.
Oh yes, I have to get that.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
have
I
to.
have that on my Switch, man. As a matter of fact, I'm replaying the Bayonetta games right now. So yeah, it is a great game,
I
bro. Hard,
I needs
but
to
great.
I needs to get that.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I mean, right now I went ahead and got me a Switch. I can't wait for it to reach in the mail. But yeah, I mean, a friend of mine came by and he was showing me the Switch. And hey, my boy, Dead Aim, I said Dead Aim was he introduced me to the Switch many times, and I wasn't really interested, and I was like the same thing like everybody said, it's too kiddie, but I for Smash Brothers and I for Mario Brothers and I for Star Fox, but uh maybe I'll get to it. But then there was a coworker of mine came by playing it, and I started games, and I was like, wow, this is not too bad. He was playing Zelda Breath of the Wild, and I must say this right, Aim. Breath of the Wild is nice. He was showing me how you when the weapons them about to break, you just
Yeah,
throw
throw
them
them at
after the
somebody
enemy.
for extra damage and
Yeah,
shit. Yeah. Yeah, man, that
I
game is
say
heavy, bro. I spent
yeah,
so
that
many
game.
hours in that game just fooling around, man. Just not even doing any storyline stuff, just having fun with the world. It's a great game. Yeah, you'll love it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I was like, all right, I can't wait to get that and play that. So and there were a few titles that I was watching on a YouTube video, and I was just looking up for the 20 best games for the Nintendo Switch between 2019 and 2020. So I
Mm.
was like, all right, I saw the game, so I was like, okay, I gotta get this, get this, get this, get like that. So I'm going into the next year, like right now, playing the finishing this year, going into the next year, I'm gonna be playing some Nintendo now. That was something I wasn't doing, but I'm gonna get into Nintendo as well as I've been into the Xbox and the PlayStation. I have
Well,
to now bring Nintendo on now. I'm
well,
back with
Nintendo
Nintendo.
is so happy to have you, sir, and they have something specifically for the Zelda loving gamer like yourself. Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity. It is Orochimaru Warriors. What's the word? Orochi? Or whatever the word is. You know what I'm
Warriors of
saying.
Orochi.
You could tell how very experienced I am with that franchise. Anyway, it's a warrior style game that tells the story of what happened before Breath of the Wild. So you'll get that 100 years prequel story while doing your warrior style gameplay and just slaying hundreds of enemies on screen at once. And then you can go into your more Zelda focused experience at Breath of the Wild. So Nintendo got you covered, bro. Welcome aboard,
Ah,
man.
that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, I'm glad to be welcomed. So,
I can finally whoop you on Mario Kart and Smash. It's gonna be.
I mean,
Oh
listen,
man,
I'll
it's
give
gonna
you
be good.
Mario Kart. You understand? But I'm sorry, you will not get to talk smack to me with Smash Brothers. I'm sorry.
When was the last time you owned a Nintendo console?
It doesn't matter. Once you learn how to
No,
ride a
no,
bike,
no, no.
you
Okay,
never.
I get. Yeah, let's
Once
say
you
it
learn
doesn't
how
matter.
to ride a bike, you
Okay,
never
okay, it
forget.
doesn't matter. But could you tell me, it just for the sake of posterity? Could you just tell me?
The last time I owned a Nintendo
Yeah.
console,
Uh huh.
that was when the Wii came up.
I'm gonna bust your ass, boy.
But like I said, Mario Kart, you may have a chance, but Smash Brothers, you don't stand a chance. I'm sorry,
Bro, I was
you're not
referring to
gonna win.
Smash Brothers. Like it's a given. Mario Kart, I ain't gonna lose to you, and that's a wrap. I'm gonna beat
I
you
mean,
now.
like seriously,
We
like
run 10
you're not.
races, I win in 9 every time, and you don't catch one because that's how the game is.
Listen, but I'm really being honest with you. You're not going to win in Smash Brothers. I mean, you should just be
Bro,
happy that you
you
have
ain't had
Mario
a
Kart.
Nintendo system in almost a decade, my G. What are you talking about right now? Get your life together, son.
You know
Come on.
something?
Don't make no bets on that, okay? Don't make
I'm
no
just
bets
going
on
to
that.
let you. I'm just going to let you talk. I'm just going to let you talk. And then what's going to happen is down the line, there's going to have a podcast about this. How you sit down and said, you know something, people. Yeah, I'm out talk and they said this, yeah, but I won my Mario Kart games. My matches with Mario Kart. I mean, I won like seven and he won like three, even though I said he would only win one.
Oh, wait, how you give
Yeah,
yourself three of them? So
yeah.
take it
And
easy,
then
my guy. Take it
when it
easy.
came to when it came to Smash Brothers, he was just playing with me. I killed him like twice and knocked him off like twice, and then after that, I never saw another KO from. I never KO'd him again. So I think he was just playing around with me. But if I try my best to do the best I can and keep training, maybe next time we have a matchup, I might be able to win at least
I'm happy that
one.
you have a healthy imagination, sir.
You
That's
know,
very good.
so if I'm stammering, it's because I'm still suffering from the backlash of that ass whooping that he gave me. But don't worry,
Iceman,
I take in therapy for this.
Iceman, do you
I'll
have
be
a history of let me leave it alone, man. Let me leave it alone. Let me leave it alone. But
what?
speaking
This is
of speaking of rejoining the Nintendo fray, sir. Speaking of being back, word on the street is there's a Switch Pro coming next year, bro. Apparently,
oh,
overseas retailer by the name of Media Crate, I think it is, they listed a Switch Pro for release next year. How you feeling about that, son?
that's gonna be dope. That's gonna be dope.
What's so dope about it? I ain't even tell you no deets.
Nah, but you see, just the word pro. Like we had a PlayStation a Pro, right? For the PlayStation, and it was a little more boost up and a little better. So who knows? The Switch might get a boost too. So I mean, when you hear the word Pro, I just can't help but to think of that. So I mean,
You're
the
the
Chrome.
ideal consumer, bro.
Could you keep
Motherfucker
talking,
just
please?
slap pro on it, and then you just like, oh, must be better. Hurry up.
Yeah, he did it.
You don't even care
Pro,
what's going on with it. Just pro is on
Pro.
it, so it's better.
That's it. Once he slap Pro on it, it's gonna be good. Even if the Nintendo's the same way, I'm gonna still think it's good because he slapped Pro on it. So, could you continue saying what the info
All
you
right.
got before you try to embarrass me just now? By
Okay. Wait, what?
okay, yeah, continue.
So you don't care that you just bought a Switch and they might drop a Pro early next year
Don't worry
or
about that.
sometime next year?
It's no problem with that, sir. See,
All right.
I did never say what I did never say I wasn't a Nintendo because I was a Nintendo fan, but I will say that. You understand? I know I'm getting back into the Nintendo franchise and getting into the games and stuff like that. So if I'm playing these games now and they're good, I don't have a problem in buying a Pro. If they bring another a more up to date model console, I'm gonna buy it. I have to support my boy Mario. Mario is my nigga. He's my dog.
So that's how you feel that you appreciate what they did to him for his 35th
No, no,
birthday.
no, 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 no. They disrespect him. You understand? That's rude. They should not have done that to him. Then that's why I tell you, like they're lazy. Like I feel like they could do
But isn't
more
that
and they don't.
crazy though? Because even you were just telling me, you telling me multiple weeks now that like, oh, anytime Nintendo needs some money, they just fall back on Mario, and that's clearly what they did again. But that's their bread and butter though. How they treat him like that?
Yeah, it's like bro, damn, dude. It's like making a sandwich with no mayo and forgetting the meat to put in the sandwich. Though
So
it's like
what
dry
ain't that?
bread and
What ain't
lettuce,
that? Bread and cheese?
bread and cheese and lettuce and tomato with no mayo, nothing. Yeah,
Fuck up
that's how
sandwiches.
bad they do, my boy. My goodness, son.
Yeah, they ain't do Mario right at all, man. That's awful. So you ain't care about that Pro either. Like that Pro is whatever. More consoles, the better.
Yeah.
Me, I've been needing to upgrade my Switch, man. My Switch, actually, I just been needing to get rid of my Switch. My Switch is all fucked up. I can only play it docked. My Joy Cons are dead. Both of them motherfuckers been dead and busted. The screen is dented in. I can't play. I can't even pick it up and see nothing. I'm just relieved it
Wow.
still works, man. I That's a story for another day. But my Switch been through it. So I'm gonna need that Pro, please, Nintendo.
Yeah, he's going to definitely be needing a pro.
But I do need Nintendo to upgrade their fucking online systems though, because I'm gonna need that game sharing. I need that because this is the future now, Nintendo. Let's get it together. Game sharing is a thing. It's here. Let's do it. All right. And then I also need them to just clean up that UI a little bit, man. Give me something more than just tiles in front of my face. Like, what is really going on, man, Nintendo, man? And all the biggest thing, the biggest thing I need from Nintendo next year, above all else, Nintendo, above all else, I absolutely need Mario Kart 64, unaltered. I don't need it touched in any way. I just want to be able to play it again, Nintendo. I want to be able to snake again. I want to snake again. Please, Nintendo, please. Just let me play Mario Kart 64. It's the greatest Mario Kart ever.
Damn, friend. Man,
And
take
I
this,
just
man.
miss it
See,
so much.
this is how a fanboy sounds. This is the perfect example of how a fanboy sounds.
A fanboy for that game, yes, because that's the greatest kart racer ever made. That's why. That shit is that good to this day. Anyway, let's wrap up on Nintendo, man, because they be doing some bum ass shit, and they still. And the problem is that anytime Nintendo does bum ass shit, people continue to buy their games. Their fans continue to buy it. So it's like fighting an uphill battle, just like going against the grain. Like if I don't buy 3D All Stars, you know what's gonna happen? I'm just not gonna be able to play these games anymore, and that's just gonna be on me. You know, it's like whatever.
Hey,
So,
yeah.
because they still gonna sell well, and Nintendo's still gonna do shady shit like that in the future, because fans
You
buy
know
that
something
shit.
too? I'm pleased, Nintendo. What the hell is wrong with Star Fox? Could you please bring
They don't
Star
know how to
Fox
make it
back?
no more. They don't know how to make
Come
stuff.
on, man. We want to get back into the air, be up in the airs, flying and shooting shit out the sky. Come on, bro. Give me back some Star Fox, man. Come on.
What I surmise of the situation is the person. Now I don't know this to be fact, but the person that was in charge of the actual 3D gameplay for that Star Fox 64 3D dogfighting game, the person that was in charge of that has left the company, never passed that knowledge on to anyone, and no one in Nintendo now knows how to make a freaking 3D dogfighting game at all. That's what I mean. What else could it be?
Are you going to sit down there and sit on Nintendo? How's it that bad?
Mm,
Wow.
yep. I mean, I don't know what else it could be, son. So yeah, they don't know how to make Star Fox anymore. And even though I love Star Fox Adventures on the GameCube, I thought that was a pretty good game. But I didn't have the backdrop of Star Fox 64, so I don't know the comparison. Star Fox
Oh,
Adventures was my only game, my only Star
Star
Fox
Fox.
game.
I ain't gonna lie to you, right? I like that Star Fox 64 so good that I see this here with all truth. I became so good at that game. I used to play that game from the beginning to the end without a single, like, I never died. I never died from the beginning to the end.
Bro, that's the type of thing YouTube fame is made on these days.
Like, I literally used to just play and wouldn't die because I played it like a million times over. Like, I would just beat it over and over and over.
Hardest
Like,
difficulty too.
yes, to the point where I just became like I got Goku's UI powers. I was like I had Ultra Instinct. I could see something coming and my hand used to just naturally press the right button just like that, and I would dodge the beam. I never died from the beginning to the end.
And that is one thing I do miss about gaming back in the day as a kid, like not having all the money to buy all that you want.
Yes,
So you had to fucking just play certain games over
games
and
over
over
and
and over.
over until you
And
master
nowadays
it.
I'm just so spoiled that like I'm in and out of games, man. Not finishing a ton of games. Like what I did to myself just recently, yesterday, as a matter of fact, I went in and every game on my on my consoles, every game on my Xbox at least, every game that I've already beat, I deleted it, no matter what it was. If I've completed it, I deleted it because I want to now actually invest in games fully, play games through instead of just like okay, play a little piece here and then I'll see you 6 months from now and maybe I never get back to you or whatever. I want to actually invest my time in a smaller selection of games instead of spreading myself way too thin, man. Uh,
All
Sometimes I
right.
just feel like I don't get a chance to truly live and breathe in these worlds, you know? And that's what I really want to do. I really want to experience these worlds for what they have to offer, you know? So,
Okay. So
so yeah,
let's get
man,
into
to wrap that up,
me.
Nintendo did Mario dirty, even though that's their bread and butter. Nintendo just a dirty ass pimp treating their main bitch like she is just a bitch. And that's fucked up, Nintendo. We see you, we know you, and that's fucked up. Y'all shouldn't have treated Mario like that. He deserved better, but we still gonna get 3D All Stars anyway. Fuck y'all for making us do that. All right. So we're gonna get off of that. Unless you have anything else to say about Nintendo, Iceman.
Oh, listen, man. Come on, man. I remember a YouTuber said this once. Why always Mario always got to go and save Princess? The princess all day. What I mean, why she always getting captured though? Why did story always gotta be around she getting captured or
Well,
something like
the truth of the matter is that the princess is not always getting captured. The princess actually coordinates and works in cahoots with Bowser to rip Mario off from all his money.
that? Oh, I
See,
see, I
Mario
see.
spends all his time collecting coins, 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 coins. And Princess
Hmm.
Peach, she fucking with Bowser. I mean, they got about six, seven
I
kids
mean, I
together
mean,
already. You know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
listen to this, yeah. You just think about it. You ever see Bowser with a wife? Nah, but he got so
It's
many
always
kids, right?
Peach.
And then
It's
guess what?
Peach
Who you always
and Peach.
capturing? Peach. I don't know when Mario gonna wake up. Me,
Yeah.
my dog got wake up though. Like, come on, man. You gotta
So that's
pull
really
it
the truth of the
together.
situation. The truth of the situation,
Really?
Bowser pimps Peach out to Mario. Mario spends all his money on Peach, and Peach goes back to Pimp Daddy at the end of the day. And then Mario has to go through an adventure collecting coins to earn enough to spend a day or two with Peach. That's
Yeah.
every Mario game. It's an epic story. That's
Doing my
all it
boy
is.
wrong,
It ain't shit
man.
else.
Doing my dog wrong,
Yeah,
man.
man. But that's Mario fault though, because like, are they really doing him wrong? That's a pimp game, and if he know the pimp game, Every time he run in there talking about, I'm gonna save you from him, Peach. And she go right back every time. He smack her ass and bust him out, but she
You
going
remember?
right back because that's the
Listen, you remember?
game.
Listen to me. You remember the Super Mario for the Super Nintendo? Remember the last stage when you fight Bowser on top of the castle when he there in a big stupid flower thing and he bouncing up and down and you got jump on his head? Why Peach Day said it, right? Like all the time Bowser ain't said they flying around. Peach Day said she's probably in there drinking, relaxing with Mario. They're fighting for with everything he got. I just you gotta stop and think about these things, man. Mario, you getting do
We
wrong,
thinking about
man.
that shit too much. But Bowser is pimping Peach to
Yeah,
Mario.
yeah. Let's not make fun of Nintendo for real, man.
Yeah,
Like,
and Mario be out there slaving like a motherfucker. You see the adventures Mario be going on to
yeah,
earn some coin for that man.
yeah. And nigga gotta be running, jumping, bobbing,
Yo,
weaving,
that's
flipping.
what's up. You gotta do that.
All of this.
You be like, Mario, I'm gonna give
Yeah,
you a discount. Meet me at level 6. Come on, man.
yeah.
You could have worked.
Man, listen. Now listen to me, right? Bowser sick enough. Bowser went on vacation and then pimper over to Donkey Kong. Then even Donkey Kong at one point in time had Peach. He even
That
the
was
gorilla.
the original pimp, dog.
The gorilla even had a
Yeah.
he and Diddy Kong. Anyway, and poor Mario. You see one thing, My they talking about teasing Luigi and calling he loves the player too, right? But listen to this, right? You don't see Luigi woman getting captured though.
No.
Oh,
Yeah, Luigi don't
oh.
tell her fuck Daisy don't go after
Luigi and
capture no place.
stupidness with that man, I know them man.
Yeah,
You don't
no.
see Luigi gang and woman getting
Yeah,
captured.
Daisy safe in the castle.
Yeah,
Daisy safe.
yeah, Daisy
Daisy-
staying,
Everybody think Luigi is the one with the problem because he's scared all the time, but Luigi got his house on lock. You see what I'm saying?
uh-huh.
Mario's the one who fucking got a problem. He got a
Yeah,
problem, just addicted to prostitution, can't
yeah.
stop himself, so he keep going back. He the one
Wait,
suffering. That's why he got to release game after game to support his lifestyle.
listen, think about it though, right? You see the Bruno Luigi Mansion. Did Luigi have to save Daisy in Luigi Mansion? Nah, Luigi to go on his own adventures.
You know what I mean?
Mario Mario got began to save Princess Toad. Whatever her name be.
I ain't never heard of Mario having no mansion. All these games he released, he ain't got no
No
mansion.
mansion.
How
See,
Luigi got
Luigi.
three
See, what is
mansions?
that? What is that?
That's just
Luigi
smart
get to
investment
save
right
all
there.
his
Play the
coins.
background.
Luigi take all his coins and buy his mansion.
Yeah,
Mario too busy giving his coins to the princess, and the princess carrying the coins to Bowser.
yeah, dog. That's how the
Man.
pimp game goes. Bowser the pimp, Mario the simp.
Yep. Rough, the son.
Yeah.
Anyhow, let me just lay off of Mario for a minute.
All right, man. All right. Nintendo, don't you worry though. I'm still getting that Switch Pro next year if it's real. Please be real. I hope it at least has PS4 or Xbox based graphics. Please. I'd rather it have like at least PS4 Pro level graphics, Nintendo, but I know that's wishful thinking. So I'll take the PS4 early graphics, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's all I got. All right, Nintendo. We getting off your ass now. We're gonna leave you and your epic pimp game alone. Right now, we heading on to Sony. We about to talk about Sony and what the hell Sony got going on, because Sony going into this generation has all the goddamn fanfare. Everything is in Sony's favor. All the gaming love is in Sony's corner. Sony can do no wrong, my mans, or can they? Let's talk about this Sony event. So, Sony decided they were going to drop this huge event to counter Microsoft's, little Xbox One S drop, right? So, Sony comes with, what do they come with? Exactly. Let's get into it. So, on this PlayStation event, the first game they showed, they let off with Final Fantasy 16. Dope.
Yes.
Looks great.
Dope
Looks great.
as hell.
Oh, okay. Here, my man, you okay over there? I heard you going into it.
Yep. Yeah, I saw that Final Fantasy 16 and I was like, yes, let's go. That's what I'm talking about. The
Okay,
battle
so what got
system,
you hyped about
everything
this
is
Final
tight.
Fantasy?
Everything is, yeah. Like I just can't like I was watching the game. I was like, wow. Last time I saw such an action-packed game. No, I can't lie, because seven remake was nice, and then it had a couple of them that was good, but I ain't gonna lie, this one, see, it looked like it's gonna catch my eye the most. This looks
So
like the
you more
real
excited for this than you were for Seven Remake because Seven Remake you were kind of nuts, and you still are a bit nuts about Seven Remake.
Yeah,
Like,
I can't just wait for the second part of seven remake. I just can't wait for the second part.
so what's got you excited about this? Everything,
It's just a
everything. Huh?
battle system. Everything is just like I watch it. The
They
little,
didn't show us nothing about the battle system.
yes, it shows a little fight scenes, and they had little fight scenes in it, like
Yeah,
the
but we
gameplay
don't
fight
see.
scenes.
Yeah, but we don't see like is that live action or turn based? We don't know.
If they make that turn base,
You know what?
ah,
I'm lying. Actually, looking at the footage, it looks like it's live action, like
I
15.
know what I'm saying. It looks more
I'm
like
lying. I'm lying.
live action.
Yeah, it does
So
look that
I'm
way. It
saying,
looks just like
so I was
15.
about to say, if this was turn based, I'd be highly disappointed. Not
Yeah,
that
I
I'm
agree.
knocking turn
I agree.
based games.
As good as Seven Remake was, I wouldn't want turn based. I loved what 15 had to offer, and I would love for them to expand upon that. So, yes, you are correct on that. With it being excited for the combat, I'm right there with you.
Yeah. So yeah, and the storyline looks kind of dope because they have you know, they have all kind of names. The summons. They have
Mhm.
Guardian Force. They once called them. You know, they have so many different names for them over the years of different Final Fantasy games.
Mhm.
But yeah, I see some little movie scenes, some little clips. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a dope game. It looks like it's gonna go
Yeah,
all out.
and apparently this is being done by the studio that does the 14 Final Fantasy 14 MMO. And apparently that game has some of the best story content that Final Fantasy's ever gotten. At least that's what I've heard in passing. So, because I don't really fuck around with MMOs, I need my games to end. I can't do this perpetual living shit. I can't do that.
Oh, I see. But yeah, so we it's not gonna be available on release date for the on a launch date for the PS5, right?
Oh no, not at all, not at all. I actually don't. I don't think they even gave us a year. I
Wow.
don't expect to see this before 22. To be honest, bro. You know how
Wow.
Square Enix is with their games, man. You know how that company is,
Yeah. Yep.
especially
Yep.
Final Fantasy games, man. Shit. I
And
mean, and then next year might be remake two, seven
yeah.
remake two, and then the following year might be 16. And it says it's a PlayStation console exclusive, although it'll be available on PC. So I don't know what that means. Like, is that permanently exclusive or is it a timed exclusive? That's something they never tell us when they put those little caveats on the screen. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I agree with you, man. That looked good. I look good. I'm interested in that. Hopefully, it's much improved on fives. I'm on 15's combat. So definitely looking forward to that. But again, no release date. Looks way out. Next game up, they showed us Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Ooh, that game looks
Now
nice.
it does.
Nice.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Now, this is where the shady stuff starts coming into play, though, because Sony made it seem like, everything they're doing with PS5 is for PS5 exclusively. In referencing some of Microsoft's strategy, Sony alluded to the fact that they think generations need to have, hard lines. And once we start doing things for PS5, those are things for PS5 and PS5 only. Yet, come to find out, Miles Morales is actually going to be available on PS4 as well. So, while that should not take away from the game itself, because Spider-Man on PS4 is fantastic. It's still a great game to go back and play right now. And this game picks up right where that left off. It's set a year after the first game. You have some strange new charge or electrocution power. Um, you have it
I have
seems
a
like
question though. I have
uh,
a question. I have a question.
Yeah.
So now that the Miles he took over as Spider-Man, whatever happened to the original Spider-Man?
Well, that's the thing. This isn't a direct sequel. This is its own thing. It's a sequel slash side story. So there will still be a proper Spider-Man 2, and then presumably, if this does well, there'll be a proper Miles Morales sequel of its own.
Okay, but that's strange. So did those stories can't come together because he didn't come from the first one that you just finished.
He actually did. He actually did. If you play just the base game, he had there at the end of the game, he does go to Peter. Spoiler alert: he does go to Peter about his new powers. I have not played the DLC, but apparently the last DLC has to do with him and his powers as well. So there is some tie-in to this game from the previous game. Now, if you get the Ultimate Edition, I believe it is for the PS5, you will get the PS4 version with all the DLC as well included. So, I mean, that's pretty much a no-brainer to go ahead and get the Ultimate Edition, and I think that version is going to be $70.
Oh, all right. Well, I look forward to seeing the game, and it looks pretty nice though. Like the whole battle system, the scenes, everything. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't even blink.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I agree with you. This action scene looks dope. It looks really good, my dude. But the problem with this is I mean, there is no problem with this. The only thing is, I don't feel like this does anything to entice me to buy a PS5. Now, you and I, we are gamers through and through. We're getting the system, but it's like this doesn't make me want to jump. This isn't some game that I gotta have that. Yo, I need the PS5 launch day. Like, no,
Yeah.
this doesn't do that for me. You know what I mean? So I'd say that's the only criticism of it, but it looks great. And it looks like a must have launch title for sure. Like, if you're going to get the system, why not have one of the best produced games at launch? So, and there's really nothing to complain about. It's just nothing to praise, really. It just feels like more Spider-Man. Maybe, hopefully I'm wrong, and hopefully the game does a lot more than just be a Spider-Man expansion. But even still, it doesn't move me to needing a PS5 right away. Again, barely anything has got me excited for the next generation of consoles, man. It's just been so ho hum so far. Anyway, what's your take on this, man?
I don't really have no much to say about it. Like I said, I'm just going to sit back, wait for it, see what it does, see if it's actually, it lived up to its hype. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, they did a lot with that. In advertising it, they put it well. It was well put together.
Yeah.
So let's see what it does though.
Yep.
But to me
Yeah.
right now, looking at it right now, it looks like a pretty dope ass game.
Oh yeah, 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 for
So
sure. And then you
let's
ghost move. That ghost mechanic looks dope as well too.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. It looked
hopefully,
nice. I
yeah,
saw when he went into the. I was like, "Where is he? Where is he?" I was like, "Man, this is nice." I felt some Assassin's Creed like that inside of that
yeah,
too.
yeah, I fucks
Like,
with it. I fucks with it. Like I
yeah,
loved Spider-Man PS4, man. It was such a great game. I still want to go back and finish it a second time, But
yeah,
yeah, I'm definitely gonna have this whenever I get a PS4. I mean a PS5.
yeah.
All right. So the next thing they showed off was Hogwarts Legacy, the long rumored Harry Potter game. Now, this game is being made by Just Cause developer Avalanche. Avalanche, excuse me, said that weird. It's an open world Harry Potter RPG, but or at least it seems like it might have some open world elements to it, and it could potentially be a Bloodborne or Souls style game, but I don't know for sure. But it does look really interesting. It looks like you create your character and build them up and go through this and this journey to become uh master wizard or whatever the hell you call them when you do that in Harry Potter as well. You interested in this at all?
Nope, not
Are you
really
even a
at all.
fan of Harry Potter?
Nope, not at all.
Have you seen any of the Harry Potter movies?
For like 10, 15 minutes each, and that
Oh
was
wow.
it all.
Well, they're not bad movies, but I mean, they ain't nothing to really. If it's a great game, great, but I mean, it's not anything that's moving me. The property doesn't move me, so I look forward to seeing more on that before I get into anything with that. Um, then we had Black Ops. Black Ops Cold War. They showed off the campaign gameplay. They showed some new combat options in that gameplay. Um, and I gotta say, this it did look exciting. It did look really thrilling. It looks like they're nailing the action movie vibe again. But these Activision Call of Duty studios almost always nail that vibe. You know what I mean? So there's no complaints there. But it does seem like they're putting an emphasis back into storytelling, which is so freaking welcome after some lackluster attempts at just not telling stories and then completely going away from stories with Black Ops 4. I am so happy to see Call of Duty come back with a game that seems like they're actually investing in the campaign. And if I'm not mistaken, I heard there might be options of some sort in there, but let me not even get into that. But I mean, how you feeling about this, man?
I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I like the whole franchise, the whole
You like their
everything, man. The whole everything, all the series, all the games for it. I love that. I never had a problem with it. No problem at all.
even when they went
Like,
away from having a campaign?
yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. I just like that first person action, man. So I never really complained about it.
So
So,
you think Call of Duty has better gunplay than Destiny?
like I said, I just never had any complaints with it. It was pretty good.
I was just
Um,
asking though.
I mean,
Which one do you
why do
think
you
is better?
why would you have to do that? I just
I
know
don't know,
some
man.
people.
I'm haunted, man. Sometimes that's I always got to know. And for
So
me, like,
why is you
not
just
for me,
want
but
to
for
bring that?
you. Well, I want to know because for you, Destiny's like that creme de la creme of first
Okay,
person
Destiny
shooter.
is the greatest for also shooter game of all times. First of all, it may not be the best graphical game, but Destiny has the best. I would say Destiny's
You're a
just Destiny,
clown, bro.
man.
You
It's
really need to
like
join the
like
Destiny community
let,
for
let,
saying that.
let's listen to me. Destiny, it's what paved the road for a lot of games, man.
Anyway, so you think Destiny has better gunplay than Call of Duty then?
I mean, Call of Duty feels more polished, like feels more realistic. You understand? Like
Okay,
you
that
feel
was
like
my
you
question.
really
Thank you.
you yeah, but let me finish though. Like, but then Destiny is still Destiny. Like you, when you play Destiny, you feel you. It's just so electrifying, man. Like, damn, like you just never gave it a chance, so you're gonna say that. You understand? But like, I could see why I was sleepy playing Borderlands, but I just never got tired playing Destiny. But anyhow, uh, that's for another time though. But yeah, Destiny is the greatest game of all time. And it's gonna stay like that. Though. So, you have any comments on Destiny? Guess not. So, do you ready to touch on another topic, sir?
Yeah, sure. I just really wanted to make sure you had enough room to let off your love for Destiny. You know what I mean? I just feel like you don't always get the platform to let that love shine through. And I just wanted to give you that tonight, you know?
I mean, Bungie's just such a great company. Like, I mean, Bungie, like, come on, man. If Bungie didn't it wasn't there, what would I do, man? Like, I wouldn't even like first person shooters like that. I mean, I like Call of Duty. I like me some Call of Duty, but when you
That's
play
funny. I don't
Destiny, man,
remember you ever championing Halo.
I don't hear what? What?
You know, Destiny got their start on franchises
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
prior
yeah, 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 yeah,
to
yeah. Yeah, we understand.
Destiny,
We
right?
understand where Halo is, right? But nobody's studying Halo right now. Excuse me, is Halo
Okay, but
dropping?
I
But
never heard you
excuse
champion
me,
Halo
excuse
1,
me.
2, or 3.
No, because I think they're garbage. But listen, what I'm saying, right, is I think they're garbage. So what I'm saying is,
Garbage. Okay, let's move on. So the next game that they
here
showed
we go. Thank you,
is
thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I just know, I know, I know, I know. Anyhow, so like I'm saying, I'm gonna let him go off and saying, but he just really a Destiny hater. I don't understand why he hates Destiny,
you do
but
understand because we talk about it a lot on and off mic. You do understand
I
why I
wish the
hate on
Nintendo
Destiny.
system
You
just have a
do
Destiny.
know this, sir. And it's
Come
not even
on,
hate
man,
because what I
Nintendo,
do,
get a
the
Destiny
things I
to
say
play.
and express are true. So it's not even hate, my guy. It's just the truth.
That Destiny is one of the greatest game of all time. I shouldn't say it's the greatest, just
So
one of the
Resident
greatest game.
Evil Village was the next game that Sony showed off, and I mean this game is now being showed off for the 30th time without actually showing us any gameplay footage whatsoever. Are you interested in this one?
Nope.
Great, neither am I. I mean, I don't know what they're trying to do with that shit.
I
Okay,
was
they're trying to
I
hype up.
I don't mean to go off topic. Wasn't they hinting of bringing a remake for Resident Evil 4?
Oh yeah. I'm sure that's coming too because you know they're doing the yearly releases of Resident Evil games now. So this year we had the Resident Evil 3 remake. Next year we'll have Resident Evil Village, and the year after that we'll probably be getting Resident Evil 4 remake.
Okay.
So
Well, I'm gonna be ready for Resident Evil 4 because I had loved that game. That was a good game. Played it, finished it. I probably beat it like I don't know, like 12 times.
damn.
Yeah, man. My nigga is Leon. Leon goes hard. Like, have you ever watched any of the Resident Evil movies? I'm
I
talking
have
about
not.
the animated movies.
No, I have
Not that
not.
stupidness that they created in Hollywood where the producer he put his wife in it.
Yeah.
Man, and then turned the whole franchise to garbage with that stupidness they did.
Well, the franchise hasn't been turned to garbage, but I admittedly it
No,
has been
this is just my
resurrected.
opinion. This is just my opinion. Like they shit on top of Resident Evil when they did that.
Oh yeah,
Like
for sure. Oh yes.
I can't believe Capcom allowed them to do that though. They must have paid Capcom heavy to get that one done.
Yeah.
But hey, I'm saying though, man. If you haven't watched any of those animated movies, you need to invest. Leon is the guy.
Okay.
So
Leon is the guy. Well, Leon is not in Resident Evil Village, so does that mean you'll be skipping it since you are a groupie for Leon, or will you be playing the game anyway?
well, since you want to put it that way, since he's done it, I will be skipping that.
I mean, if you're a groupie, you're a groupie, yo.
Yeah, I'll be skipping that since Leon is not in there.
I'll be getting it eventually because eventually I want to play through all of the Resident Evil games since I have yet to ever complete a Resident Evil game. So
That's
eventually I would like to play through the entire franchise because I really want to know what the hell everyone keeps talking about because I do remember playing Resident Evil 4 and it was not one of the greatest games of all time to me, but almost every single other person thinks that it is. So I have to concede defeat on that one. I will not stand on that hill to fight that battle.
what Resident
Unless I'll
Evil
have
4
no
was
RE4.
nice. So when I played it on the Nintendo GameCube, and that was nice. So I don't know where you was or what you were doing
Bro, I
in
had
that
it on the
game.
GameCube. I remember when Nintendo secured that exclusive deal with Capcom to only get Resident Evil games going forward. I was like, holy shit, this is huge. This is so huge for Nintendo. Mind you, back then I was still a Nintendo fanboy. And I was like, this is going to change the game for Nintendo. Then RE4 came out on the system and they did the RE1 remake. And RE4 sold well, but the franchise overall did not sell well and RE4 missed projections. So then they eventually released it on PlayStation like a year and a half, 2 years later, or whatever, and it's never been exclusive since. Okay, so I was there for RE4,
and I played some of that shit. I don't remember how far I got, but I know I got a few hours into that motherfucker. And while it was a good game, it was not near anything as close to being best or one of the greatest games of all time and shit. Like, it was nothing close to that. But again, I am in the minority on this one, so I'll let that go. I concede, but eventually I do want to go through that series to see for myself what everyone is talking about. But I
Hey,
found
listen,
Mhm.
listen. We could play Resident Evil 5 and 6 and all. It's a co-op, so if you're interested, we can play that. I
Yeah, I
remember,
have both of those games,
yeah, I remember I beat both of
but
them
I think I
games.
have them on Xbox though. Not
Yeah, they were pretty cool, but
Yeah, so but eventually I do want to do that, man. So I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it and do that. So just not now because I've started Resident Evil Zero probably 3 times now. And at no time did I ever really sit down and play that game consistently as a regular part of my gaming rotation. So every time I sporadically go back to it, I might have lost or forgot something. I'm confused about something. It just requires too much, and it has the old school setup to it as well. So it even requires more of my attention than I give it currently. So when I do sit down to play that franchise, I want to treat it like how I'm going to treat the Kingdom Hearts franchise and play through it all at once. So, if you're done choking on Leon, we can move on to the next game, which is Deathloop. Now, this is a fun, stylized game, or at least it seems that way. Like it's really random. Not that's not the right word. It's not random. But the premise of this game is you're a character stuck in a time loop that you keep continuously coming back to every time you die. And every time you die, you get to approach the puzzle and situation a little bit differently in order to get to your end result. Now, this is ingenious because it's playing a video game within a video game, because that is the overall premise of all video games, essentially. You know what I mean? All video games are death loops until you successfully complete and go to the next stage. But this game decided to highlight that functionality and make that a primary feature in the game. And I think that's really awesome. And the way they're presenting it looks really cool. I forgot the development studio that's working on this. But apparently they're a pretty solid developer, and they were actually picked up by Microsoft in that ZeniMax purchase. So this is one of the games that Microsoft said, are going to continue to adhere to its partnership. But I definitely expect Deathloop to eventually come to Xbox because initially it was a PS5 exclusive. So, maybe in a year or two after its release, but I don't foresee it being a PS5 exclusive anymore. So, do you have any thoughts, feelings, opinions about Deathloop?
no, I don't even know the game, so I don't even want to have any thoughts or opinions about it.
All right, cool beans.
Next.
Next game was DMC5 Special Edition. Now, I do feel slightly embarrassed about this, but I still have yet to play that game. I
Damn.
started it, played maybe like 20 minutes, and was like, yeah, this is definitely something I need to get back to. But I underrated it because DMC4 was so mid to me. So I was like, DMC5, I'll get around to it. You know what I mean? But turns out this is one of the best games of last year, and like it's like a true return to form for Devil May Cry. So I really missed out on not playing this game.
Oh well, I finished it.
Yeah, what'd you think?
I finished it.
Okay, so what did you think about it?
I mean, I just wanted to hear the part where you said, "Wow, I didn't finish it." Wow, you
Don't do
finished it.
that because I'll just whip out my list of games that I've finished for the year. I've
It
finished.
doesn't matter. You just didn't finish. We were talking about DMC5. We were talking about the list of your games.
Okay, but I'm saying, yeah, you could list DMC5 as a game you finish, and then I could hit you with a wow if you need that for your ego. But then what about all the games I can read off for you? Can I get a wow times two for them shits for me?
Yeah, whenever we start talking about it, we talk about
Yeah,
DMC5.
enough said. But yeah, so I don't know much about what's being offered, but I do know for the special edition, Virgil is going to be a playable character. So that's pretty dope. I know you're a big fan of Virgil, right?
Yeah, that's until he end up fighting against my boy Sephiroth, and Sephiroth put it 6 feet under the ground. But yeah.
So does that mean this is you in the running for a replay of this? You're gonna go back through it one more time?
Yeah, second play with Virgil. Virgil is my dog. Yep. Virgil goes hard with that sword of his own. So, yep.
Okay. All right. All right. Then the next game was Oddworld Soulstorm. Don't really care about that shit. Then after that, they had
And
Five Nights at Freddy's. Don't really care about that. Do you care about
nope,
any of those games?
nope, nothing else.
I'm not
Not
really sure why those games were included in a PS5 showcase because I don't feel like any of those games are going to be graphical powerhouses. And unless they're like exclusive games of some sort, then why are you even showing them to us? And even if they are exclusive, like you're not getting me hyped about fucking PS5 with Five Nights at Freddy's, my dude. Get that shit up, fuck up out of my face, man. Like, just get up out of here with that bullshit, okay? Please. Thank you. All right. Anything. Anyway, next up is the Demon Souls remake. Now, people are really hyped about this one because this game is the granddaddy of it all. This game birthed the entire Souls genre. This game pre is the predecessor to Dark Souls. You know what I mean? If you didn't know, Demon Souls is was the exclusive game that From Software made for the PS3, and Sony had an opportunity to purchase this company From Software back then, and they opted not to purchase From Software, and From Software went on to make the Dark Souls franchise, the Bloodborne franchise, and the Sekiro franchise, and now they're making Elden Ring with Guillermo del Toro. So suffice it to say, that was a huge swing and a miss for Sony not picking that studio up, because that entire genre, that studio birthed an entire genre of gaming. Like Souls is a Souls S game. That's a genre to itself now because of that studio. So, what do you have to say about that?
I have nothing else to say about that because I have said I was finished with. That was all the games and that we talked about before these were all of games I were interested in.
Oh, okay. The only thing I really thought was strange with that footage was it looked like they were all one hit kills. Every time he ran up to an enemy, he hit the enemy, they went down, and then he kept moving. So I was like, whatever, okay. Then they dropped a Fortnite ad, and I don't give a damn about Fortnite, so whatever, sue me. I don't care. Then they announced PS5 Plus PS5 Plus collection, which is their new service that's kind of like Game Pass, except it's not as expensive as Game Pass. It has very select games on there, which kind of pisses me off a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you, because almost every game on their collection I own already. But basically, if you buy a PS5, you're going to get the following games free. The following PS4 games free day one to download. So, meaning you do not need to purchase a game your first day of owning a PS5. You're going to get God of War 2018, Bloodborne, Monster Hunter World, Final Fantasy 15, Fallout 4, Mortal Kombat X, Uncharted 4, Ratchet and Clank, Days Gone, Until Dawn, Detroit, Battlefield 1, Infamous Second Son, Arkham Knight, Last Guardian, The Last of Us Remastered, Persona 5, and Resident Evil 7. All those games you get free being a new PS5 owner, in addition to being a PS Plus, a PlayStation Plus subscriber. So, what do you think of that service? Do you think Sony is doing enough, or are they just guilty of doing their regular Sony, seeing somebody else be successful, so they're going to copy their shit half-ass?
So when they see somebody else being successful, so they copy this shit half-assed.
Agreed.
Yep,
I mean,
they could have done better than that.
yeah, it is irrefutable the success that Microsoft is having with Game Pass, and it boggles the mind that Sony just refuses to understand the mandate of gamers these days. They were behind on the fucking cross platform play, and they're gonna be behind on this again. Like this doesn't make sense. Now, last generation, they fortunately slayed it. Sony slayed. They killed. PS4 was a beast. Just from rip when they gave that first how do you share a game on your PS4 and they had it handing it to your buddy, that shit from the time they dropped that commercial or that announcement with their $400 price tag, they were just off and running. So you could bypass some of their faults, you know what I mean? But you can't do that anymore. Microsoft is offering this huge slate of fucking just free games essentially. Yeah, you paying 15 a month for it, but I mean in totality, when you add up that 15 a month to and compare it to the dearth of games that you're gonna have, the breadth of games you're gonna have, it's like a 6-to-1 ratio in terms of like what you would actually spend for that amount of games. It's phenomenal. And then for Sony to just come with this, well, have some last generation classics as a reward for being a PlayStation Plus member. It's like you can't knock them for giving us something free because free is good, right? But at the same time, it's like, Sony, would you get a fucking grip and not give us this half-ass bullshit that you're trying to pass off right now? Could you not? Thank you, but no thank you. That's just how I feel, though. I'm grateful, but I just feel like get it together, Sony. I like, you know what got me tight, man? I want to play the entire God of War franchise. I really do. I really want to play from Ascension all the way fucking through, and I can't do that without playing for this stupid ass PS Now service that had the motherfucking game playing at 18 frames per second. Who the fuck is gonna finish God of War playing at 18 frames per second? So anyway, that's how I feel about that. Anything from you, sir?
Nope.
Okay. All right. And then finally, they hit us with what dun, 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 what we've been waiting for the entire time: the price and the launch. All right. So for the price, there's two price points. For the SKU without the disk drive, that is going to be a price of $400. Okay, that is the all digital variant, which is the only variant that I'm interested in. And the regular variant, including the disk drive, is going to run you $500. That is an extremely valuable disk drive right there. Okay, people, y'all better appreciate that motherfucker. It costs $100. $500 for the regular variant of the PS5. It is available in most territories on November 12th of this year and November 19th in the rest of the world. How you feel about those price points?
It's good price points. I have no arguments with that because I'll be getting an all digital version because I don't really care to mess with the disc.
All right, I
So
feel you there. Like once you're in the camp that's getting the all digital version, it's like you don't even care about that extra 100. Like, you, sorry guys, that's the price you pay for staying in the past. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
seriously. Um, November 12th is the launch, but who cares? Because I did not get a single pre-order for either console, so I'm not playing next gen right away, and nor do I care. They have not showed me a damn thing that mandates my purchase of next gen. Hell, I'm gonna be buying Miles Morales on the PS4. Goddamn,
Damn.
you
Hold
know.
on.
Why am I gonna keep myself from playing these games if I can get them now? Now that being said, though, I want to buy the most expensive PS4 version because I don't know what their upgrade policy is, but I want to make sure I'm in that position to get that free upgrade to PS5 if and when I go to that console. So, you happy with that launch?
Yep.
Price point, all that shit. Launching the
Yep.
PS4 is launching 2 days after the Series X and
PS5.
X, my G.
PS5.
2 days. That is going to be a crazy week. The Series S and X launches on November 10th, and the PS5 launches November 12th. It's gonna be a crazy week in November.
Yep.
And it's gonna be even crazier if you live in America. I hope nobody gets killed, hurt, maimed, robbed, any of those things, because my gut tells me there's gonna be an air of lawlessness around everything. That people that are walking around with PS5s and Series X and S's, they might be liable to pick up some from behind them that they want to. That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Leave that alone. Anyway, and then they wrapped up their conference with the reveal of Ragnarok, God of War Ragnarok, which is the sequel to 2018's God of War, which, if I'm not mistaken, you still haven't played, right?
Nope.
That is a travesty, son. That game is so good. That is a travesty you have not
I
played.
don't care to play.
Huh?
I don't really care to play
Why not?
because I made a stupid mistake of watching it on YouTube.
And what that mean?
When they what you never had that feeling you sit down and watch a whole game on YouTube and all of a sudden you feel like you finished it because you looked at it, so you
No.
don't even want to play.
No, no. If anything, I've had the feeling like, yo, I gotta play that. I want to experience that myself. I've never once just watched someone play a game and was content with that experience. No, I'm through and through a gamer, son. I need to experience it myself. That's why I have this sick addiction to purchasing games. That's why Game Pass is heaven for me. I can't, nah. I should that I know I ain't gonna play myself. I know I ain't gonna play myself ever. I'm gonna buy that shit because I don't know. I just might this one time have this day where I'm free. Nah, son, that ain't me. But I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. It's sad that you feel that way, and I highly recommend you play that game. But I also recommend you waiting to purchase that game because not only is it now going to be free on the PS5, but I'm sure there was going to be an additional remastered version or something for the PS5. So, you know, but in the end, you're not interested. So who cares? But God of War Ragnarok teased for 2021. I don't believe that's coming. All they did was show a logo. So we'll see. I don't believe that is coming in 2021 for a second, though. So, all in all, I mean, it was a decent showing, but it just more supported my theory that everything about next gen has been ho hum. It's so unexciting. Next gen is just kind of coming as just a casual thing that comes. Whereas in the past, it's like the launch of new systems have been monumental. It's been a big thing in the industry. And this time I just don't feel that way. I just feel like whatever. I feel like if I don't get one of these systems before 2022, I don't even miss a damn thing. Most of the experiences I'm still going to be able to get on the consoles I have currently. And, the ones that I'm missing out on are not sufficient enough in the generation to warrant fucking purchase right away. Because
Mm.
it's just the beginning. No one's really tested the limits of these systems anyway. So I'm good, man. I'm good. Now, mind you, especially with Xbox One All Access, I'm getting me a One S. I mean, a Series S ASAP. As soon as I can get one, I'm getting a Series S. But I have a more casual approach to needing or getting these consoles. I'll wait for it to be like just a normal thing in normal supply versus, oh, you can only find it on eBay for $1,800, some bullshit like that. I miss the wave of purchasing, getting your your pre-orders in order to scalp your shit later. I miss that wave, so I'll
Mhm.
just be chilling on my PS fucking 4 and Xbox One X, my Pro and X. Anyway, so that's what Sony's doing. But let's compare that to what Microsoft is doing. Because, like I said a few moments ago, Microsoft is launching their system on November 10th of this year. They're launching not only with the most powerful next gen console, they're also launching with the most affordable next gen console. So, Microsoft versus Sony. We know what their approaches are. We know how they're taking their next gen strategies to the next level. Who do you think is doing well? Let me not make it a competitive situation. Which of these strategies appeals to you more as a gamer?
The Xbox, Microsoft.
Why is that?
It's just a deal they're giving us. It's better. It's like
Okay,
they work. They're working with us. Like for example, for people who is a little tight on the pocket. I mean, once you pay that $15 every month, everything's there, all access. Not only is that, it's the strongest pushing system with power. You
Mhm.
understand? It's just that Microsoft is giving you more for your buck than Sony is right now. So really and truly, now that I'm listening to this, yeah, if I had to choose between the system to buy first between the two of them, it would be the Xbox.
Now, would you be going for the power or the price?
The price.
Why? Why don't you want that huge ass 4K gaming at 60 frames per second?
I mean, it's cool and all, but to me, I don't know if it's how you think about this. A game don't have to be so realistic for it to be fun and exciting. You understand? Like, and let's take for example, like I'll still play the hell out of Mario. You understand? And Mario isn't like the what? It's not a realistic game. It's a cartoon like game, and I'll still play the hell out of Mario. It's no
Right.
big graphical game, but it is very fun and it has a lot to offer. So whereas like it doesn't like I mean the games are coming out like to be honest with you, I was attacking Nintendo on graphics, but I watched the Switch graphics, especially with Zelda Breath of the Wild, and I'm actually okay with that. I have
Right.
no arguments with that. Like even graphics on that level, I could still deal with it, still be comfortable. It's just a game. It's a game that you can't have. I mean, like take for example, I don't mean to attack it though. Um, Look at the graphics on The Last of Us. It was pretty dope, and it was good. But the game itself don't live up to it. The story or anything don't live up to it. The game is not anything without
Right. And
without.
specifically, you meant The Last of Us 2, not The Last
I
of
mean, The
Us.
Last of Us. Yeah, let me stop. The Last of Us 2, not 1.
Yes.
1 is legend. 2 is garbage.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Goodness, I would almost think it's two different set of people did those games.
Yeah. Yeah.
God
That's a tragedy in
damn,
of itself, man.
it's listen up to
Um,
now. It's still getting buried up to this very day. People are actually
rightfully so.
gaining.
Rightfully
People
so.
are actually gaining YouTube points and gaining like people to subscribe to them just from just dissing The Last of Us.
More power to
Like
them.
any
Yeah. Because that
listen to me, The
game is
Last of Us
garbage.
2. Because listen, like that guy there, Mannix, right? I listen to him talk. I just be laughing, son. He just destroyed The Last of Us 2. Anytime a clip come across with The Last of Us 2 and I know he's about to comment on it, man, I clicks that just to get the laughter out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rightfully so,
And
man. Because that was just terrible on
I
many,
don't
many,
understand
many
how.
levels. That was
I don't
terrible
understand
on
how.
many levels.
But I ain't gonna lie to you, it was a well put together game in the terms of action and battle mechanics and everything. The AIs and everything was just well put together. It's just the guy that was doing the
I agree.
storyline.
Yeah, yeah. He
Why
thought
did it?
he was a clever writer, but he's a dumbass who fucking tortured his
This,
fans.
I
And
don't understand why
just
Sony
pissed
ain't
off many
fired him
people,
yet.
man.
Why is he not fired?
Well, probably because the game sold at least 5 million copies, so it was a success. You know what I mean? So I mean, you can probably expect there to be a Last of Us 3, unfortunately.
Okay, let's see how much that sell. This I got. See,
I'm not
it might
interested either way.
it might still sell, but it will never sell the amount that the last that how they catch us for the Last of Us 2.
Yeah,
Not many people are gonna jump on that bandwagon. Only
it's
the Last of Us fanboys maybe is gonna go and buy that. I'll
it's
be watching it. I'll be watching the whole thing on YouTube when somebody beats it.
all right. But listen, man, I have some questions. With all this next gen talk out that's going on, there's some things that I'm still a little bit um unsure about. I number one, the biggest thing for me is storage. Now, I think storage isn't going to be a problem for me with the S because the S, it's not the full terabyte. It's only 512 gigs of SSD space. So,
Hmm.
if games are going to continue to grow in size exponentially, then we're looking at games being on average about 100 gigs. So we're looking at baby being able to have 3 or 4 games on our system at a time, and that's kind of insane. But I was kind of
Yeah,
trying to coach myself or assuade myself that I'll be okay because I'm trying to be more focused in my gaming now and not just purchase so many and be spreading myself out too thin. Play a few games at a time and finish them before moving on to something else. So I was trying to do that and make myself feel okay, but I'm really I need to know what that storage situation is going to look like, as well as the cost, because the rumored cost for at least for the SSD from Microsoft, an external one, or I guess yeah, an external one is rumored to be 200 plus, bro, and that's freaking crazy.
yeah,
It's crazy sounding. I'm like, yeah, son, I delete games all day. I'm not trying to spend no $200 on a motherfucking memory card. Like, and I know they're not called memory cards; they're called SSDs, and they're supposed to be high speed and yada 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 yada. But that's a glorified motherfucking memory card, my guy. I'm not buying that shit for $200. They are fucking insane. If that's a real price, that's insane. So yeah,
okay.
storage still concerns me, man. What else, man? What else is going on with next gen? You know what else concerns me? These shady ass upgrade practices that some of these studios are doing, like the one for 505 games. How different versions of Control can be freely upgraded to the next gen version, and then other versions can't, and developers lying or publishers lying. It's like, come on, y'all. Just can we just chill on the bullshit right now, please? We have more than enough going on in the rest of the world. We just need games to be
Yep.
good right now. That's all we really need, man. But you know what? Bringing all this talk about studio purchases for Microsoft has me thinking, like, what do you think Sony should do? Do you think, and even Nintendo to a degree, do you think either of them should buy any studios? Because they can't just like let Microsoft just gobble up all the competition, right?
I mean, yeah, I would want to think that Sony would try to cap couples studios for themselves. As for Nintendo, I don't know what they'll do. Maybe they'll just, you know, go and have a meeting with Mario and then drop another Mario. I don't know, but like I'm saying, like I believe Sony will cap couple of them.
Well, we'll see, man. Only time will tell. But I do know one thing: if Microsoft buys Sega, that's a huge fucking miss for Nintendo. Because I know when Sega bought Atlas, that was another huge miss. Because if Nintendo had sprung and bought Atlas, Nintendo would have been in control of the Persona franchise, which is huge. And Persona 5, as you know, has been a huge system seller for PS4. So that would have been a big get for Nintendo, and they missed that one. So if they let Microsoft come in and scoop up Sega, boy, that is an epic mistake. Now, don't get me wrong, Microsoft will still allow Sega games on Nintendo platforms, but that is a huge, huge, huge mistake. Yeah, man.
They,
But yeah, that's about it, man. That's really all I wanted to discuss this week, man. Is there anything else that's going on in the gaming industry that you would like to talk about?
Not really. I think we're fluff. We could say we're finished talking about Destiny right now. I don't want to get into the
Oh,
whole
actually,
Destiny
no, I'm
stuff.
glad you brought that up. We're not finished talking about Destiny because we have a little competition, right? That we need to get to, right? See, all that smack talking you stay doing and not playing games, it kind of gets me upset. So I'll be needing to put you in your place. So that's why we gonna have this Street Fighter match, right? And
Oh, okay. So let me basically explain this, right?
okay, do
Here's
you do?
how it go. We're going to have this Street Fighter tournament match between Dead Aim and Dead Eyes. Okay? So the match goes like this. The best out of 20 that it is. So let's just put it right. If you
Damn,
happen to
20? 20?
yes. If
Oh,
you
it can't
happen
be
to
20 because it could be 10 and 10. It has to be an odd number, son.
what you said?
It can't be 20 because it could be end up being 10 and 10. So it has to be an odd number.
No, yeah, I know. If it's 10 if you win 10 and I win 10, then the last game then we just go into overtime. The person that wins the next
All
one
right.
wins.
All right. Okay.
Got it?
Okay. But damn, I didn't know we were going all those rounds. Damn, you
But
really,
listen
you
to
really
this.
trying to give yourself a chance to pull this off, but it's really a chance
But
to be embarrassed.
listen to this though. If you happen to win 11 games straight, which is highly impossible and will never happen, then there is no sense in we continue the tournament if you win 11 games straight. You understand? Because that means you've already won your 10 and the number and the one. So
Of
out of the
course,
20,
yes.
you'll be branded the winner. So yeah. So could you tell us what is what's on the table for the winner?
All right. Well, basically, the deal is that my man's challenges me to Street Fighter. The winner of Street Fighter gets to determine the length of time that Destiny is played the next time. So we're basing that on the length of the podcast. We read roughly about an hour and 45 minutes today. So let's cut that in half. We'll use an hour and 30 minutes, an hour and a half as the standard base. So if I win the Street Fighter bout, then we cut the amount of time we have to play Destiny is half of what the podcast was. So it's an hour and a half podcast, so 45 minutes of Destiny. If he wins, if the Iceman wins, we're gonna double the the podcast time. So it would end up being 3 hours of Destiny time. That's what's on the line with this next competition between the Iceman and Flame. And you're going down, bro. I don't even need to say anything else. You're going down.
Yeah, we all check this out. We know that fire melts ice, but when ice melts, it turns to water, and water owns fire. So let's see what happens.
Okay, this man went through his science project, his middle school science project to get that analogy off. We'll see how that goes, son. But last I checked, you don't play no games, so I'ma whoop that ass all up and
Anyhow,
down.
I forgot to tell my friend here, Ian, that I have UI. I have Ultra Instinct on my side, so
Oh, geez, here we go again. What is this? Your second or third time referencing Dragon Ball Super? You all right, my
yeah,
guy?
I
You
have
busy watching anime instead of playing video games? That's what's going on.
I hope you can keep up all the spas or whatever you want, call all that extra energy that you have. Keep it up.
All right, so we're gonna have the you done know, man. That's my energy always, son. But we're gonna have those results for y'all in the next one. And then all the gaming smoke 6, we'll let y'all know how that went. I mean, I can give y'all a preview right now. The Iceman gets his ass whooped. And that's the preview. Iceman, what else you got for the people, man? You got anything else in the gaming industry that you want to touch on? Anything that you'd like to tell the people? You know, tell people where they can find you, anything like that?
Not really that much, but we have just telling you guys that it's coming soon. I'm going to be posting my game in what you call it, my triumph wins in Destiny in a Crucible. I'm going to be posting those. I have saved them, so I'll be posting them. Show you guys how much of a great Destiny player I am.
Oh wow.
Aim, do you have any? Do you have any wins or anything in Destiny that you can post or anything like
No,
that?
I typically
I
stay
see this.
away. I typically tend to stay away from things that abuse me or things that are trash to me. That's what I do. It keeps me happy.
Well, we know that he just using the excuse of it being trash because he gets abused in the game. Aim rarely wins he rarely kills anybody in this. To be honest with you, every time we play in team and I run across his ghosts is there trying to bring him back to life. So I'm like, wow.
Yeah, you're right, man. I'm super trash at Destiny. That's why I don't play it. You got me. Yeah.
All right, anyhow, to the fans, them, we'll be clocking out of this. It was great speaking, and I had a thrill time with this podcast. It was pretty good. And episode 6, we will have the tournament. You know who the winner is, and of course, the loser will have to come and admit to his loss to the winner, and understands that he is not a gamer. So we already know that that would be him. He'll be coming and saying, well, the Iceman really put a ass whooping on me, and I didn't see it coming. I give it 110%, but you know, he just have the better reflexes, and I just got trained next year and hope to get better when they bring out the next one. So Iceman basically has this on a wrap. So I was wrong, and Iceman, you the real gamer. That's all I wanted to hear from him. So you guys will be hearing this on the next episode. So I'll turn it back over to you, Aim, and you can close out, sir.
All right. And with that wonderful, wonderful, beautiful soliloquy to end it all, my name is Dead Aim. I'm the one and only flame because I'm dead aim to the brain. And that was the Iceman. And we're getting up out of here, guys. Thank you. This was episode 5 of All the Gaming Smoke. Next week on episode 6, we have all the gaming news that we did not cover this week or could not cover, as well as anything new that pops up, especially the results from this brutal, brutal last whooping. Y'all be safe out there, okay? I'm Dead Aim. I'm gone.